Alright guys, well today we're going to continue with our lessons and we're going to learn about how to ask permission politely. So you ask permission when you want an okay to do something. So if you want to do something, you know, sometimes you have to ask an adult or maybe even somebody else. So that's what we're going to learn about today. So in this picture, we see Lauren on the right, and she wants Zach to go to the store with her, but it's 3 blocks away so they can buy some candy. Zach wants to go, but earlier in the day, his mom told him to stay in the yard. So first we have to figure out how to solve the problem. We talked about that a few weeks ago and we had some steps to solve problems. Do y'all remember the first step? If you do, raise your hand. What do you think?
Take 3 deep breaths.
That's a good way to calm down and solve the problem, but what do you have to do even before that? You have to know, Sammy?
If you can.
Close. You have to figure out what the problem is. So what is the problem in this situation?
Lawrence's mom wanted him to stay in the backyard.
Yeah, he wants to go to the store, but his mom told him to stay in the yard. So there's kind of a problem because they want to do different things. So what could be some solutions to the problem? What could be some options that he does? What do you think?
Go beg his mom so he can go.
Yeah, he could do that. What about you?
He could ask his mom politely if he could go to the store with her.
Yeah, that's great. He could ask permission politely. What about you?
He could go to his dad and make a puppy face and then to give him money and then tell his mom he has money.
Wow, yes. He could do that. What about you?
She can go. They can. I know, but if she wants him to go, then maybe she should ask his mom if he can go.
So maybe she could ask his mom.
Because she's not the one standing in the backyard.
Yeah. Or maybe some other things would be he could tell her that he couldn't go this time, but maybe he could go next time. Or maybe he could just go to the store and hope that his mom doesn't notice. Or like you said, maybe he could ask permission. Do you have any other idea? Okay, well we're going to move on a little bit. What might happen if he goes and begs his mom to go to the store? Can you raise your hand and tell me? What do you think?
She might say no.
Yeah, she might say no if she doesn't like for him begging stuff. What do you think?
He might get in trouble.
Maybe. What about if he asked his mom permission politely? What might happen?
She might say yes, we will go to the store with her.
Yeah. What about if he just goes and hopes that she doesn't notice? What might happen?
She might
She might calling you.
She might look outside, and then if she realizes he's not there, then she could look at his door, and then if she sees him, he'll get in trouble.
Yeah, he might get in big trouble if he does without asking. Keep it quiet. Shh. What do you think?
She might be worried when he's gone.
She'd probably be really worried if he was gone. So in this case, Zach chooses to ask his mother for permission to go to the store. But he decides not to ask permission in front of Lauren. Why do you think he wouldn't ask permission in front of Lauren?
Because he thinks she might think he's a little baby.
Yeah, maybe he's worried about what she thinks. What are some other reasons he might not ask in front of Lauren?
Because if she says no, he might be embarrassed.
Yeah, he might be embarrassed if he doesn't get to go with her. Do you know any other reasons? Another reason is he might feel like he puts his mom on the spot. And so his mom might not like that if he's asking permission in front of another person. And so he might want his mom to say yes. And so he wants to make sure that she feels comfortable. So what should he say and how should he say it to ask his mom? What do you think?
May I please go to the store with Lauren?
Yeah, that's a really great way to phrase it. May I please go to the store with Lauren? Because you're asking permission, you're making sure to say please, so that's very polite. If Zach's mother says yes, then what should Zach say? Yes. Yeah, say thank you. You know, tell your mom that you appreciate letting you go to the store. What if his mom says no? Then what could Zach do? What do you think?
He could tell his dad and make them fight, and he could go without her seeing.
Maybe, but he might also get in trouble more that way. What's another choice?
Sneak out the house.
Mm-hmm. He could sneak out. What might be another choice?
He could go tell Lauren that he can't go wait and can be waiting until tomorrow.
Yeah, so maybe he couldn't go today, but maybe he could go tomorrow. What do you think? Okay, what about you?
He could, when it was in the middle of the night and she came over, he could sneak out the house with her.
Maybe. Someone kind of already said that one, though. Do y'all have any different ideas?
If he sneaks, her mom's gonna be so mad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, any other different ideas about what he could do if his mom says no? Do you?
Next time?
Yeah, next time he might get the chance. What about you?
Knock her out and then go to the store.
That's a choice, but maybe not the best one. What do you think? Okay, let's keep quiet so we can hear everyone's answer. What do you think?
And lock his mom and dad in the car so he could go.
Now, do you think that's a good idea? What do you think? What's something y'all could really do that would be polite?
Maybe if she says no, or his mom can take them both to the store when she can go with them instead of him knocking her out.
That's a really good answer. Maybe his mom could take them both to the store so that she would feel good about it. What do you think, Leslie?
He can ask his mom to and maybe she'll say yes.
Yes. Another thing is maybe if your parents say no, maybe you could not argue and you could realize that they probably have a reason for saying no. Because what if his mom said no because she had a special treat planned for him at dinner and so she didn't want him to spoil his appetite? Or maybe his mom says no because she knew that there was an accident that happened between his house and the store. So sometimes we need to remember that if our parents or adults say no to something, then it's probably for a good reason and we shouldn't argue. But let's think for a minute about what are the steps for asking permission politely for something.
I was gonna say a reason why he couldn't go to the store.
Yeah. Let's think about what's the first thing you need to do to ask permission. This is going to be kind of tricky. Before you even say anything, what do you need to try and think of?
You gotta think of what to say.
Yeah, think of what you want to ask permission for. What's something else that you might need to do and think of before you actually ask permission? What do you think?
Think of a way where you can't hurt anybody, or you could say it.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So thinking about how to say it so you don't hurt somebody's feelings and be nice. What do you think?
Maybe his mom said no because he had a bad attitude.
Maybe that's why. But what about before you even ask? Maybe you should think of the right place and time to ask a question. You remember how he didn't want to ask in front of Lauren? So let's put that as number 2. Decide on a place and time to ask. What do you think number 3 would be? What about you?
After you do need to ask permission, because if you don't, you might get in trouble.
Great. So after you decide the place and time, you just ask permission politely. What would be kind of a good way to make like kind of a sample way to ask permission. So what would you say to make it sound nice? What do you think?
May I please go to the store?
Yeah. So we'll just put may I please, because sometimes you might be asking permission for something else. Like maybe you want to go see a movie with your friends. So instead of saying may I go to the store, you could say may I please go to a movie or something like that. What about whenever you get the answer? What if the answer is yes? What would you make sure that you say? Yes. So if it's yes, then say thank you.
I like your why.
Okay, what about if the answer is no? Then what can you do? What do you think?
You can say it's okay.
Yeah, that's great.
You may, because she may not like it because you made it candy. I like how you write. That's what I would do. Please, that's what it's pretty. It's pretty.
Okay, so that was a great answer. If it's no, then you just say okay and don't argue. So let's do a role play and let's act out the situation that we were just talking about on the picture. So this time I'm gonna pretend like I'm Zach. So I need someone to be Lauren. How about you? And then I need someone to be my mom. So how about you?
We get to be the mom.
We're gonna do more role plays, so we'll have opportunities for others.
Good luck.
Okay, so Mom, why don't you go stand over there, and then you'll be Lauren and I'll be Zach. So why don't you ask me if I can come to the store with you? Okay?
Over there. I just want to see.
You can go ahead.
Can you the bell?
I don't know. My mom told me to stay in the yard, but I really want to. Maybe I can ask permission. Okay. Let's see. Well, I'm gonna ask if I can go to the store, but maybe it would be better if I didn't ask in front of you. So my mom might say yes. Will you go wait over there? Mom, may I please go to the store with Lauren to buy some candy?
Sure.
Thank you. Okay, so y'all can all take a seat. Thank you. Okay, so let's go through our steps. Let's go through our steps. Did I think of what to ask?
Yes.
Did I decide on a place and time?
Yes.
Did I ask permission politely?
Yes, ma'am.
And what happened at the end? Did I do that?
Yes.
Yes. Perfect.
I said sure.
Exactly. So if maybe she had said no instead of yes, I might say, okay, maybe I can invite Lauren to play another day and we can go to the store then, or we can just do something different for now. So let's have some volunteers for a role play. Have you and you. That's all for now, but we'll have a few more later. Okay, so you're gonna be the dad, and I want you to ask him permission to stay up late to watch a TV show. Okay, so why don't y'all both come over here. And let's try and do the steps so that you can ask politely.
You're not doing the candy bag.
I'm sorry, we'll fix it when we're done, okay?
It's okay. We're watching them.
Okay, y'all can go ahead and start.
We're watching the movie.
Okay,
Sure.
now what do you say? Good job. Very, very good.
Get your boogie on.
All right, y'all.
Get snuggie on.
We need 2 more volunteers. How about you and you?
Yeah. Get your butt up there.
Okay, guys, let's be quiet while we have our volunteers. Okay, so why don't you ask for permission to borrow her book?
Can I borrow your book? Sure. Thank you.
Good job. Remember to say please though when you ask to borrow, okay?
Please.
Good job. All
Oh, we're
right.
shooting video. Joanna started.
It's okay, we'll fix it when it's over. All right, we need 2 more volunteers. Have you and you. Okay, you are going to be his mom, and I want you to ask her permission to invite a friend over. Let's try and remember the rules.
Go, Belle. Go.
Guys, you can't talk if y'all are talking. Did you start?
No.
So you just need to ask your mom. Shh. You need to ask your mom for permission to invite a friend over.
Belle. She didn't say anything.
Oh, did you already ask?
No. He's supposed to ask.
Yeah, you ask your mom to invite a friend over.
Can I invite a friend over? Sure. Thank you.
Good job. Let's make sure we remember to ask please too, though. Okay, one more. Let's see. You and you. Okay. Okay, so I want you to be the teacher, and I want you to ask your teacher for permission to go to the restroom.
He already is a student. Go to the restroom? Sure. I'm tired. Thank you.
Good job, guys.
Gracie.
That was awesome. Okay, so today we learned about how to ask permission politely. And so you may not always get permission to do the thing that you want to do, even if you ask politely, but we should try and show a good attitude even when the answer is no. So that's all we have time for today, but I will see you guys next time, okay?
Thank
Thank you.
Can I have a cookie?
Yes, but I'm not leaving yet. Yeah, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Let me fix this bag before I leave.